Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney for the Nintendo DS. I'm SamuraiT-X and I'm Solid Snake. My god, what a way to end the session and go into recess. Yeah, I know, right? So in the last video, well, we come to the conclusion that Emma killed Neil Marshall, that she was the one that pushed him to his death. And well, as we reviewed evidence from the unstable jar, there was a name that was left behind, and again, well, Emma's name was on it. So, to that conclusion, I hope it's not true, but so far, Emma's the one that murdered Neil Marshall in the SL9 incident. And then Damon Gann entered the room again and basically threw Edgeworth under the bus because he was the one in charge of the SL9 incident when they convicted Dark. So Edgeworth was thrown straight under the bus. I don't think that's anything new to him being thrown under the bus. But yes, even after the not allegations, after the statement made by Damon Gant, seems the court went absolutely nuts again. That the judge had to call for recess because he couldn't even control the audience because the audience was absolutely going off the boils again by just basically slandering Edgeworth, and I'm starting to feel sorry for the guy.
Yeah, me too. So, now we're in the library, as it's lunchtime and the judge has called for recess. So without further ado, let's begin. February 25th, 12:06 p.m., District Court, Defendant Library number 2.
Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble.
Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later.
And there he goes with the sad face and he's gone. Oh, never mind. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. What is it?
You got an all nerve, pal, making the detective run around all around while on duty. And to top it off, you've called me here. I've seen happy people at funerals.
I take it Lana's having you run errands again?
Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial.
Evidence law? Edgeworth was talking about this the other day. Here's the flashback. Rule number 1. There you go, just to refresh your memories. And that's the flashback of us just saying, it seems so, you know.
The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message.
A message?
She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book.
Him? I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Alright. We're actually going to read that now, actually, because they only gave us evidence. They only gave us rule number 1, you know, Edgeworth reading rule number 1. So let's look at the evidence law book. Right, rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case in trial. So those are your 2 rules of, evidence law. Now we're going to continue reading.
Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence.
That's where you're wrong, detective.
Huh?
Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in the prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me?
Mr. Edgeworth.
The real trial today hasn't begun yet.
What? What else is there to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with all this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Sky found out she unwittingly caused a man's death. And now, you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal.
You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman.
Huh?
She merely struck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there.
What?
And we're going to expose him. No matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. I think so too, actually. This case has just put a burden on so many people, and Edgeworth is one of them. So yeah, we're getting there, but we definitely want to bring this trial to an end today. Because if we don't bring it to an end at all, then Lana will be guilty, and pretty much so will Emma, actually. Because, well, so far she's the one that's killed Neil Marshall. So yeah, so far the sisters are the guilty party at the moment. Alright.
February 29th.
29th, Snake? You mean 25th?
Sorry, February 25th. 12:52 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. It's time to reconvene the session. So without further ado, enjoy the show.
Smack.
The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions.
Thank you for the news, Your Honor.
Yes, well... normally this is where the prosecution calls for a witness, but,
Sorry, that was crappy coughing, but sorry about that.
This isn't easy to say. You see, there are some concerns that Mr. Edgeworth may have,
Struck a bargain. Huh? You think I may have manipulated the witnesses?
I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone's been talking and...
Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution.
A solution?
That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses.
What? But that's never been a seized case example.
Sorry, I mean, there's never been a case example, sorry. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. If the defense accepts the prosecution's proposal, smack.
Then it's settled. The defense may now call forth the next witness.
Mr. Wright, you do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls. The time's finally come to bring out the real murderer. Oh, wow, it's already on him. But yeah, we want to speak to this guy. Table smash. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand.
Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything?
Huh? As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he still should be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor?
True. All right, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand.
All right. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this? Some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Table smash. Your name and occupation. Oh god, the awkward silence. So, you want to play hardball, eh?
Please, Mr. Gant.
Fine. My name is David Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony. Alrighto, what's with the grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? I'm starting to hate this guy even more. Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Sure, take my testimony for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is this true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Smack. Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony. Oh boy. Alright, you son of a bitch. Time you testify. As I recall, you and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That's power outrage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. Oh, dear. Poor Prosecutor Marshall. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. Time for the cross-examination, folks. Let's go. And there's one statement that bothered me a lot. Nope, not that one. Nope. Nope. Right, it's this one. He had nothing to do with the forgery, but... what was this list doing in his desk? You know, what was it doing there? If he had nothing to do with the forgery, then he shouldn't really have half of this list, so let's present it. You claim he had nothing to do with the forgery? But I'm afraid that's a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list for example. That's the list Emma Sky drew her picture on. This was discovered in your desk. Not only that, but a piece of this jar that was sitting in your office was found inside your safe. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office, table smash, are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. Sorry about raising my voice there, but you know, Phoenix is talking, and you have to have that. You gotta have that, you know, little power in your voice. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Oh, here's a defense attorney who may even rival Murphy. So you admit to it then? That you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Huh? Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto? Table smash. However, Detective Gumshoe was present during this investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. What? What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying for If he can afford paying for work, that is. But I shouldn't even be laughing. That's terrible. I'm starting to feel sorry for him now. Smack. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office, and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. I really hate this man. I really do. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list? Well, I know you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Okay. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Oh, indeed. I believe I will press charges, so you won't make that mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, Oji, in return, though. I know, that place, right? Huh? What are these guys, telepathic? What are they talking about? What's that place? You know what, I don't want to know. Sounds a bit weird just trying to ask what that place really is. Right. I want to press him on two statements. No, not that one. This one. Table smash. How can you look at me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Huh? Remember, who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here, but in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Well, now do you see? Right, let's press this statement now. Really, Chief Gann? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all of this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh. The resolution of the SO9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. Oh, that's a good one. Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of the SO9 barely sped it up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth, sorry. Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. Ah! Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for myself. There are 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. Oh God, this guy's a... Oh, I'm starting to hate this guy. There, it's out in the open now. Oh gee, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. Press. Nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised.
You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though.
Oh, that's a good one, Wormy. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, he would have to help someone out. Let's point out the accomplice, shall we? True, you might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Smack. Very well, I'll ask. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge the evidence? And that's where we stop the video, because it's been over 20 minutes. When we come back, folks, we will play more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney and point out this accomplice. Until then,
thank you for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Goodbye.